Hey guys, back again with another review. This time it's of Only the Strong from 1993, directed by Shelton Lettich, who also directed Double Impact and The Order and Lionheart, as well as some other films. And it stars Mark Dacascos, Stacey Travis, Jeffrey Lewis, who was in Double Impact, Paco Christian Prieto, Todd Sussman, Jeffrey Anderson-Gunter, Richard Coker, and Roman Cardwell, as well as many others. This film, I put it in and I didn't expect much. By the cover, I'll show you the cover. I didn't expect much from this cover. It looks like a real cheap movie. And it just looked like it'd be a bit disappointing. But it looked like it'd be one of those martial arts movies. You go in, you watch, but you don't feel anything for at the end of the movie. You're like, well, it's going to go in the back of my closet. Probably never going to watch it again. And that's the kind of movie you think it is by the cover. Well, guess what? It isn't that kind of movie. It's a great movie. So let's get on with it. So the movie starts out with Lewis Stevens coming back to where he lived. It's a Green Beret. And he goes to the school and he sees Kerrigan. And Kerrigan's class is out of order. Like, boom. Like Sister Act 2 out of order, except worse because they're all supposed gangsters and all this stuff. You know, like Troublesome, selling coke and all this stuff. And they end up in the courtyard talking about it. And all of a sudden these drug dealers turn up and Lewis ain't having any of that. So he fights them with Coperera. Yep, not sitting on your bum doing it, but fighting. They get beaten up and everybody sees it and they all cheer, right? Now all these kids are troublesome apparently, every single one, but they cheer. And you feel like, yeah, Lewis, you know. But one of those drug dealers is Jeffrey Anderson-Gunter, who plays Philippe. And he ends up teaming up with the main villain, Silvero. But he is also starred in Marked for Death as one of Screwface's, or one of the two Screwface's, a henchman. And that is one of my favourite films. And I remembered him from that as soon as I saw him. Looks exactly the same. So it turns out that Philippe, the drug dealer, is brothers with Shay. Shay, who's one of the troublesome kids who Lewis ends up working with. Because they send 12 kids to work with Lewis because he wants to teach Capoeira and they're the 12 worst kids. At no point do they feel like the 12 worst kids. They just feel like they're misguided kids who have grown up in the wrong area. You've got Orlando, who basically is the cousin of Silvero, who's the main villain, who flashes a knife and tries to fight Lewis. And then you've got the other kids who are a bit disrespectful. And like I said, you've got Shay, who's the brother of Philippe. Through the movie, there's this disrespect for Lewis, and slowly but surely, he wins them over bit by bit. Shay happens first. The relationship between him and Shay is really nice because he teaches Shay to look after himself and stuff with fighting with Capoeira, which he teaches them not to fight but to defend themselves unless they need to fight. But the main story is between Lewis and Orlando, because Orlando's cousin Silvero is the massive drug dealer and the big bad of the movie. And when you meet Silvero, he does look like the big bad of the movie. He reminded me a lot of Adrian Paul in the way he looked. And he was so confident and he looked quite scary. Not scary in a, but scary in a confident way. And I like that. I liked that Silvero was intimidating. I liked that he could beat the hell out of Lewis when he wanted to. There's a bit where Lewis goes to the basketball court to get Orlando to come back to school. And as Silvero turns up, Lewis has beat the hell out of all these people that were there, other than Orlando, of course. He goes, let's see who's the best at Capoeira. This is Silvero. I grew up on the meanest streets of Brazil. And he beats the hell out of Lewis. And this is when you know there's going to be this rivalry between them. So throughout the movie, not only is Lewis trying to get these kids to be better people and to feel more peace for themselves, but he's also trying to help Orlando, who's got troubles with his cousin, wanting him to be the next big thing in the business. And it's a real good film. There's a relationship going on between Lewis and Diana, who's played by Stacey Travis. It's not the main focus, and neither is Lewis. And that's what I like about this movie. The focus is on the kids. The focus is on, are they going to be better? Are they going to be trapped in the situation they've been brought up in? Are they going to end up drug dealers? Are they going to end up killing each other? Are they going to end up doing far worse? Or is Lewis going to be able to help them and make them better? And through the film, you see them changing. You see the good, you see the bad. And one of the best things about this movie is the end. You obviously get the main fight, but what I like is at the beginning, Lewis is helping the kids. And at the end, the kids help Lewis. And they are like one big happy Capera family going like this. And I like that. I like that this happened. The movie was great. I highly recommend giving it a go. It's not a bad movie. It's a fantastic movie. It's got some heart to it, which makes it even better. It's not your standard B-grade action movie or martial arts movie where you sit there and you're like, it's okay. I didn't like it, but it's all right. This movie reminded me of Sister Act 2, but with martial arts and with a little bit more depth. I mean, Sister Act 2 is great and there was some good depth to it, but this had a different kind of depth. And I like that because it was just excellent. So if I had to give it a rating, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 because it was a real good movie. I was lucky enough to pick it up for $2. Check it out. Go out. Give it a go. Let me know what you think of it. If you've seen it, what do you think of the movie? Tell me down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care. If you haven't already, please subscribe and have a lovely day. Bye, guys.